Hello, you incredible friends, and welcome to our next Zoom networking call. My name is Edward Zier, and we're here to give you an awesome Zoom networking experience tonight. Now, we've got our hosts with us. We want to give a big shout out to one of our hosts, Celeste. How are you doing tonight, Celeste?
I'm doing really awesome. I'm really excited to be here. I think every week we're getting more people on, so I'm just super pumped that people are embracing a new type of networking.
Excellent. And what do you do for a living, Celeste?
Well, I do two things. I work in mental health with teenagers with complex trauma. So I'm listed as an essential worker. So I'm still working and still out there doing my thing. And then I also run my coaching business as well, which specializes in looking after people on LinkedIn, building their business and their presence and engagement on there.
It's a pleasure, and welcome, Celeste. Great having you with us. And our next host that we have with us tonight, and feel free to unmute yourself and go for it, Tim. We've got the awesome Tim Beanland. How are you doing tonight, Tim?
Hey, thanks, Ed. Yeah, doing quite well. It's, as Celeste said, it's really cool to see so many people here. We started this out a few weeks ago very humbly, but now there's a screen full of people, so awesome to have everyone here.
Oh, it's a pleasure and great having you with us. And also, of course, as well, we've got the wonderful Lassie, who's one of our hosts here tonight. Lassie, feel free to unmute yourself and say hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is Maddie. Say hi.
Say hello, Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
We've also got the incredible and powerhouse Carlo Guzzi on the line, who reminds me of Joe Pesci. Carlo, feel free to unmute yourself and say hello, but don't swear at us.
Yeah, we got this thing going about Joe Pesci and all those movies he's done. So, yeah, great to be on board and happy to represent WA.
Oh, welcome in. And, of course, as well, please feel free to unmute yourself and say hello. Who are our commanders? Adrian Lee, feel free to unmute yourself and say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. How are we? Everyone's smiling and happy. It's a great turnout tonight, so thanks for coming along.
It's a pleasure. It is a pleasure. So welcome, everyone. Just to kick off our evening, what we're going to be talking about is we're all going to have an opportunity to speak and share ideas, and we're all going to network. Now, just a few ground rules to make it all work. At some bits, what we've done is we've muted the microphone. You can unmute yourselves and speak, and just don't talk over each other. Just be respectful and all that. It is being recorded. The other thing is as well is please use this as an opportunity to connect with everyone on LinkedIn. So you've all got your names. Please connect with each other on LinkedIn and Facebook or whatever to build relationships outside the room. And just to open the evening, what I want to do is I want to invite someone from the audience to do their 20 to 30 second elevator pitch. If you put up your hand, I'll pick you. I can see everyone put up. The first person puts up their hand gets a pitch. Who wants to pitch first? Keith Hutchings. Keith, unmute yourself and give us a good 30-second elevator pitch.
I'm always willing to be first. It just makes it easier. Right. Okay. Well, so I'm Keith Hutchings, and I'm in charge of a project called the Comfortable Home Project. And what we're working on is promoting housing, trying to do housing better here in Western Australia. What we're promoting is passive solar designed houses. We want people to live in houses that are warm in the winter and cool in the summer without really needing to have the extra expense of energy to run air conditioners. And then beyond that, we find that the single family houses really has failed most people, and that there are a bunch of people who are looking at alternatives to the single family house, and we're trying to help them promote themselves. Most of the people who are doing some kind of alternative to the standard brick and tile, somebody described as brick tents, are small business owners, and we really want to help them promote what they do better.
Oh, beautiful. Welcome
we're
in,
at this
Keith.
point. Yep.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone. Round of applause to Keith. Virtual round of applause. Who else wants to give a quick half-a-minute elevator pitch? Put up your hand. Who wants to do it first? Aline, I got Aline, then Clayton. Aline, unmute yourself and say hello.
everyone. Good evening to everyone. My name is Eileen. My business is Ying Latte Yoga. I am a workplace health educator, a yoga therapist, and Yin yoga teacher. So what I do in my business basically is to educate and support my corporate clients in terms of managing their chronic stress and chronic pain through the teaching of yoga and some tools of yoga at the same time. So it's a journey that I work with them. So in that journey, they learn how to identify their triggers, label the emotions, and hopefully they set the healthy boundary that they can work within themselves so they can move on happily ever after.
Oh, beautiful. Welcome, Elaine. Welcome. And Clayton, you're next, my friend. Please unmute yourself and go for it.
Hi guys, Clayton from VA World Outsourcing. So basically what I do is I find perfect virtual assistants to give to your business to help increase productivity or decrease the cost in wages. We've also just launched a new product, which is a virtual receptionist. So you have a person in Australia who will be able to answer your phones for all those busy people that can't get to their phones first time. Clayton, VA World Outsourcing.
Oh, beautiful. And just for the record, if I can say, I'm a bald guy. I'm very jealous of Clayton's hair. If you think Clayton's got good hair, put up your hand. Do you love Clayton's hair? Yeah. Yeah, very sexy, man. I'm just want to let you know that I'm jealous. I lost it all. Now, who else wants to do an elevator pitch? Another half-minute elevator. Put up your hand. I can see everyone. Who wants to do an elevator pitch? Tracy Kitching, unmute yourself and go for it, my friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Tracy Kitching and I run Tracy's Wellness Mojo, and I help people create a better healthy lifestyle and through whole food supplementation. So I do that, and I am also just about to launch my Wellness Mojo course, which gives you a good kickstart into having wellness in your life.
Oh, that's just incredible. Round of applause. So what we're going to do to kick off the evening is we've got a bit of a new format, and believe me, all of you have a great chance to speak. What we're going to do is we've got the very handsome Ryle Reynolds lookalike on the line, Adrian Lee. Adrian's a great guy. How you going, Adrian? Excellent. So what we're going to do for a while is, and what I'll do is I'll leave everyone unmuted. You can unmute yourselves. Adrian's going to run a little bit of an exercise, just saying hello, getting us all going. Now, I don't know what Adrian's going to do. We've left it as the Adrian mystery box. I was just going to say, I'm going to go quiet for a short while. Adrian, I've no idea what you're going to do to the audience. Please don't say anything racist. Adrian, go for it. Let's kick it off.
You know what, Ed? You've actually caught me off guard, dude. I've just actually come back from a run because I had a bit of a deadline to get my 10,000 steps in. So firstly, the first thing that comes to mind is like, we've got gratitude coach here, Celeste. And I was just thinking, I was taking time today and like, what is it that you're most grateful for today? Because, you know, right now there's a lot of people that are actually, I think, having more time on their hands to be able to actually maybe think about their life and what it is that they've been doing, and whether that's moving them in the right direction or the wrong direction. So I guess maybe we could start with what is it that you're most grateful for today? And maybe you could just put that in the chat and then we could just sort of read them out. What do you think about that? So does everyone know how to use the chat? Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yep. Awesome. Perfect. Everyone is rocking and rolling. I'm just going to start reading them out. Is that cool? Does everyone okay if I read them out? All right. First off, we have Joe Bellissimo, family. Dude, love it. Eddie's, I'm grateful for my internet connection working. Dude, absolutely love that. It's always a bonus. Annette Parker, grateful for our country right now. Well done, Annette. We should all be grateful for that. Tim Beanland, the internet, so we can. Is everyone looking at the chat? Can everyone see? Yeah. It's going so fast because everyone is moving. Celeste, grateful to be able to keep connecting with great people globally. That is huge. Annette Pateman, I'm grateful that everyone has opportunity to reassess their lives. Yes, reassess. That is awesome. Clayton, I'm grateful for laughter. It promotes amazing health. Dude, that is so true. Dawn Dines, believe being alive and kicking. Yes. Hey, how good is it to be alive? It's a great day for a great day, as I like to say. Richard Bealey, grateful that it's been raining at night and the days have been so good so I can get outside for my breaks. Hell yes. Get out and get some sun. Love it. Annabelle, I'm grateful for lovely friends I have made on LinkedIn, such as Edward, Elaine, and Mario. These people have made my life richer. And one thing I like to remind us as well is that one thing that Ed says is like, it only takes one person to change your life. And it's so true. Like, you don't need a lot of people. It can just take one. So just keep that in mind, especially with all the information out there today. We're in like, you know, a great time where we have access to a lot of the information, but sometimes that can sort of really bog us down. Back onto what I was on about. I'm grateful for Zoom. I think the inventors should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Hell yeah. Zoom would actually be crushing it right now. I'll leave it there. I think everyone's kind of had a bit of a bo peep. So that's all I had to say, Ed. Back over to you, dude.
Oh my God, that was just absolutely brilliant. Can we give, I'm going to unmute everyone for a second. It's going to be a disaster, but when I unmute, can we give Adrian a massive round of applause?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Excellent, excellent.
Awesome,
and
Adrian.
thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is I want to go to one of our other hosts to hear some powerful words from her. She is the woman of gratitude, the woman of LinkedIn. She is an amazing character who knows how to win big, and she knows she's Celeste. Celeste, I want to, at your leisure, please unmute yourself. I want you to give some wisdom to the audience, especially with the times of Corona.
Okay, that's a very general area to kind of address, but what I am finding has helped me during these times, because it has been a lot of uncertainty, is to look for things that are certain in your life. So things like relationships, things like having shelter, having food available, having resources available to you, and embracing those things and being grateful for those things and not holding on to that fear. I'm choosing not to actually participate in too much news stuff. I get the updates and everything, but I think staying in that fear can actually maybe start flowing onto other parts in your life, and just finding ways to actually do something positive. So if circumstances have changed for you, what are other opportunities out there? What are other things that you can do? Is there other people you can speak to and reach out to kind of get you back on track? And it is about supporting each other, even if it's virtually. I think relationships right now have become so much more important, and community. So that's what I think anyway.
Oh, well said, well said. And just quickly, while we've got you, Celeste, I know you're quite a LinkedIn pro. What's your advice for everyone to really get the best out of LinkedIn in these times?
For me, it's just about showing up. So it depends on how confident you feel. I love posting on LinkedIn. I have no problem doing it. Some people have some hesitation. If you're just starting out and you don't know what you're doing, just comment and share and like on other people's stuff. So you start kind of getting the ball rolling, as your name's out there as a comment, and people start saying you're an active user. And then share other people's stuff if you don't want to create your own stuff. I just think the best thing to do is just start being active, because so many more people are linked into their technology right now. And why wouldn't you take advantage of people being in front of their computers? It's all about technology right now. So if you're stepping back from that, I would encourage you to switch it up and actually move forward and step forward into that.
Brilliantly said. I'm going to unmute everyone. It's going to be a disaster. When I hit unmute, loud round of applause for Celeste.
Hi, Celeste. Anya.
Well
said to me.
Okay, the next person I want to put in the spotlight is next to Joe Pesci and Al Pacino. He's my favorite Italian in the whole world. He represents Perth. He's in charge of Perth, and he's got great taste in gangster films like I do. He's into Scarface, Casino, The Irishman. He's a great guy. Carlo Goodsey. Carlo, will you unmute yourself and tell us what you think? What do you think of Corona, and how do we best win in these challenging times, Carlo?
Yeah, the best thing is how to deal with it is try and avoid the subject or try not to pay too much attention. So what I do, just to give you an example, what I do with my posts, occasionally I'll make reference to it, but I think too many people making too many posts around that issue. So the best thing is just be proactive and like our glorious PM says, we'll get through it. So yeah, that's my spin on it. But yeah, you just got to keep pushing hard and market like you've never done before, as in your famous words, Ed.
Oh, and brilliant. And just for the sake of the audience, Carlo Goodsey is a high-end copywriter. He writes copy for marketing campaigns. Do you have any copywriting tips or thoughts for the audience, Carlo?
Yeah, I mean, since everyone is talking about community and helping one another out, one of the easiest things to remember in copywriting, a very valuable tip is it's all about you, so the reader. So always think when you're writing to your audience, you're writing to, say, one person, and yeah, just eliminate the I and the we, and just focus on you, the customer at the end of the day.
Oh, beautiful. I'm going to unmute all and give a loud round of applause.
Thanks, Carl. Well said. Great advice.
And the next awesome, courageous lady we want to have speak is actually my boss. She's an amazing leader. She does a great job. She puts up with my crap all the time, and she's wonderful. Lassie, can you please unmute yourself and tell us what you think? And she's my boss, so be really nice to her.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I agree with Carlo. Everyone's talking about it. It's probably best to talk or post more about positive things that are coming out of this. Just what's actually better lately. What's happening, and what are you learning? What are you spending time on? Your skills? You're learning new things? You're doing, are you setting up your online courses? You're learning to use Zoom? Learning to use webinar tools? All sorts of online tools that you can use. And you can talk about that rather than what's negative and what everyone else is talking about. Yeah.
I love it. I guess, why do we don't need to talk about Corona all day. There's more to life than Corona. I couldn't agree with Lassie more. That's a great point. Unmute. Round of applause to Lassie.
On your Lassie.
Okay. And before I forget, there's a very handsome man right here. Oh, hang on. Little Piggy's going to take over. There's a very handsome man who's got a great podcasting setup. He's from Melbourne, I think near Geelong. He's a very handsome podcaster. And Tim Beanland, do you want to unmute yourself and give us your thoughts on how to succeed in these times? Go for it, Tim.
Yeah, definitely. Something that I'm seeing an increase in is more people have a bit of time to commit to content strategies, to commit to video, to commit to something that they normally wouldn't do and push themselves outside of a comfort zone. I'm even having people come on the podcast myself who, you know, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago wouldn't have done it. They would have been a little bit too nervous to take that leap, but now they've got the time. You know, they said, hey, I'll come onto your show. So yeah, I guess I'm seeing a few people push outside of their comfort zone and starting something new, like video content, like starting a podcast. And that's really cool. The innovation is something that's quite positive at the moment that I'm seeing.
Oh, beautiful and well said, Tim. And from a podcast point of view, Tim, if someone wants to start doing a podcast, what's your advice to them to kick it off?
Yeah, my advice is don't get bogged down in the equipment. I see too much the people that come to me and my clients, the first question they want answered is, what equipment should I buy? And it's only natural. But, you know, I started my podcast over 2 years ago just with this recorder. And, you know, it's got 2 microphones on the top there. I put it between me and my guest, and off I went. And, you know, now I've got the ability to have, you know, this microphone set up, this microphone here, and I just went into it. But the key was starting with a budget that you have. I mean, I know of equipment that you can purchase, you can get going for $250. So I guess it's all about not getting bogged down in that, and just starting. Getting guests on as well, it's a little bit easier than you think it is, but I think the main thing is don't get bogged down in equipment. That's what I'd sort of want to preach, because you can always upgrade. So like I'm now at the stage where I'm doing reviews on equipment. That's why I've got a second microphone here. I'm trying to figure out if this is worth the $30 that this kit is, and at the moment it isn't, but I'm purchasing a bit more stuff to go along with it to make it sound better. But so this review will be out very soon to see if this is worth it. But that would be my quick advice is have a look at what you can do with the budget that you have.
Oh, beautiful. Unmute all. Round of applause to Big Tim. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're up to the next bit of the evening where we're going to open the floor. Now, we're going to keep it free-flowing. Now, here are some of the rules. When we open the floor, be precise, give some ideas. What the question I want us to all discuss is, this is my question I want to ask everyone, and put up your hand if you want to speak. What is your advice to everyone to win big in these times? So put up your hand. I'm looking at everyone. Put up your hand. Who wants to speak? Martin, Kelly, Kylie, please unmute yourself and go for it. Yeah, unmute key. So I can unmute you too. Hang on. Oh, you gotcha. Go for it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, cool. So, hi, my name is Martin. I'm over in WA, and I do a couple of things. So one is I'm a life coach and have a life coaching practice. And I also do business coaching, business development, and coaching in the workplace. I think what's really cool is our discussion's on point at the moment. And one of the things that's really interesting when we look at, I guess, the survival of the current climate is the issue of identification or non-identification. And what I mean by that is, do you align yourself with the COVID-19 phenomenon that's going on? And do you catastrophize? Align your mindset with that noise that's going on? Or do you start to use the mindset where you de-identify yourself from that particular aspect of life that's going on, and look at how you can actually push and promote your business forward? Because whether it's now and you're still, you're still operating, or whether it's something that you need to pick up the baton up in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, 2 months' time, you still need to be ready, and you still need to not be sat in the legacy of coronavirus if you want to survive.
So just on that, Martin, in a way, it's like resisting all the fake news out there.
100%. And if I think the seduction of that fake news is really powerful, and we can get sucked into it. And if we stay true to ourselves, true to our purpose, true to serving the community and the customers that we do serve, then that is really how we get ahead of the game and how we move forward. And we can do that within our mindset and within our systems, and I help people in both spaces.
Oh, Martin, that's beautiful. Unmute all. Round of applause to Martin. All right. So what I'd love to do is I think fake news is a great topic, actually. I love where Martin was going. I think fake news is really bad and resisting fake news. I want to open that to the floor. What are some other ways that we can resist all the fake news out there and stay strong? Put up your hand if you like to answer. Oh. Hey, Jose, unmute yourself and go for it, Jose. Yeah, no sweat. I can unmute you. Should be an unmute key, but if not, I can unmute you. Okay. Oh, sorry. Floor's yours, Jose.
Thank you, thank you. I believe it is all about critical thinking.
Oh, what do you mean by that? That sounds great.
Well, I believe you can have a code of ethics and an approach that everybody takes to a subject, but still it is the way you approach it and the way you digest it that it will make you believe if it is fake or real.
So what do you mean, for example? So let's say we hear some crap on TV telling us to panic and freak out. How do we handle that so it doesn't get to us?
Well, I can say I have the best bottle in the world because I want to sell it, but that doesn't mean that it makes it the better.
Gotcha. So don't believe everything we hear is what you're saying.
Critical thinking, thinking critical, just being skeptic. It's all about rhetoric.
Oh, Jose, I love it. And just for the sake of the audience, Jose, I know where you are. Tell everyone what time it is where you are and where you're from right now.
Oh, 4 a.m.
And where are you from?
Massachusetts, United States.
So we've got so just to let you know, I'm unmute all. This guy's up at 4 a.m. from Massachusetts. Round of applause to Jose. There we go. All right. So we've got our next part of the evening. Now, this is a very, very exciting part of the evening. I actually want to go back to Adrian Lee for the moment. Adrian Lee is not only a very handsome guy, but Adrian Lee is into health and fitness. And I really, when you're ready, Adrian, I'd love you to actually give us all, because I tell you, I'm just going to be, I'll just be honest with you all. I put on a lot of weight in the first week of Corona, just from not going to the gym anymore. So I got really fat. Then I've gone to 2 meals a day to strip all the weight. Adrian, can you give us some tips on how not to become fat like me during Corona? Help us out, Adrian, because I'm struggling. I don't know about you guys.
Okay, is there anything specific that you want to know? Because like anything in particular, look, anyone got anything specific they want like help with or something they're finding a challenge? And then that way I can kind of give a bit more guidance. Otherwise I can just go on and give you what I think. So maybe in the chat, if you've got any particular questions that you want answered, maybe that might be helpful.
On that note, yeah, while everyone's typing in and Lassie says it well, I open the fridge too much and I can't stop eating. How about we open launching an attack on Edward's ear?
All right. Okay. That's a great one, dude. So firstly, I think there was a blog I put out last week, and it was about structure and rules. So when you were growing up, your parents, and you guys are probably parents as well, you may have structure and rules in place for your kids, so they don't, they stay within the bumper rails, so to speak. So in life and when we move out of home, sometimes we can lose that structure and those rules that our parents had for us. And therefore, that's why we sort of go off track, and then we have other focuses. And then before we know it, we start neglecting the most important thing that we have, which is our health, right? So firstly, it's just becoming aware of like the things that you're doing during the day. So for example, you might say, my first meal is going to be at 8 a.m. and I'm not going to have anything until 12 p.m., for example. And then your dinner might be just at 6 p.m. or whatever time it is. So therefore, you're only having, say, 3 meals a day, for example. So one of your rules is I'm only going to have 3 meals a day, and I'm not going to, for example, open the fridge. So to do that, you might focus on more foods that are filling, that are going to sustain you for longer periods of time. So if we dive into that, there's certain foods that are more filling for you, such as protein and vegetables, because they're volume, right? So they're going to keep you fuller, and most importantly, they're going to give you a more stable energy, and you're going to be able to minimize those, for example, Ed, like if you're going to the fridge, maybe it is that you're hungry. Like maybe you're not eating enough volume or water, for example. Like it depends. Everyone's an individual. But if you have a structure in place and some rules around what time you're going to eat, For example, what time you get up and go to bed. That can be very helpful. So for example, I go to bed at 10 o'clock or before every night, regardless, and I'll wake up at 5:30 a.m. 7 days a week. Right now, if I go to bed late, for example, I still go up at 5:30. So that routine stays in the same. And what happens is when you focus on getting good amount of sleep, that takes care of your internal clockwork and your hormones, which then can go run havoc if you don't get enough sleep, which then causes you to overeat, and then you get hungry, and then you start craving other foods such as carbohydrates and things like that.
Just on that, because I've got this habit where if I wake up late at night, I'll put in my earbuds and I'll go to YouTube and I'll watch Trump videos all night. So you don't recommend staying up all night watching Trump videos on YouTube?
No, I don't.
Ah, okay, because I thought you were meant to. Good. It's good to know that.
Dude, get up earlier and watch them.
Okay, so you're recommending Trump videos just not at night, but in the morning?
Yeah, in the morning. If that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. But essentially, if we look at the hierarchy, most people don't have a problem, not everyone, with training or exercise or, working out and things like that. That's all good. We all know we need to do that. The thing that most people don't focus on as much is managing the two things the one thing I spoke about, which was sleep, and the other one is stress, right? So the hierarchy is lifestyle factors such as stress and sleep, and the next one is nutrition and then training. So if you nail the top three first and then add in the others, because the others are easy. If you can get to bed at a decent hour, you can manage your stress stress is going to be dependent on sleep and nutrition. You're going to nail it, and you'll have better energy levels during the day. And are you still talking about Trump?
Not at all.
Hilarious.
No, not at all.
No, of course not. You love it, don't you, dude? But essentially, team, here's a rule that might help. Number one, drink water first. So if you go to the fridge, drink water first. Okay. Now, if you want something that's maybe processed, such as I don't know, you want a bowl of cereal. What I would suggest first is to have a protein and a vegetable meal first. So that could be for example, Celeste is vegetarian. Is that correct? So she might have for example, tofu and veggies or something simple, right? Or cottage cheese, or maybe fish or eggs, maybe something like that. And then if she wants the bowl of cereal, she can have that. But chances are she won't feel like it. So that's an example of having a rule for yourself, right? So if you have the structure and the rules in place, then that's going to allow you to transfer that into the things that are important to you, such as your career, work, and things like that. Because then you'll start to get structured in your work life as well.
So on that note then, Clayton Navarro, the guy with the awesome hair, says, how do you change your mindset when you don't want to exercise? How do you do that?
How do you change your mindset?
When you don't want to exercise, you just don't feel like it. How do you mentally get yourself in the mood?
Okay. Firstly, I would suggest just putting say your walking shoes on, right? Opening the door, walking outside, and then walking back inside. That's it. Because remember, most people they'll not actually, I better rephrase this, but some people have an all or nothing. So it's I'm either all in or nothing. But what if you took the first step? What if you just put your shoes on and then you're going, well, I've got my shoes on now, so I may as well just walk out to the front of the letterbox and come back in. And you might do that every day, right? So instead of looking for the big, massive win that you want, maybe you just take the first step.
Okay. Because better to go. I love it. I love it. And Tracy Kitching says it's about making that choice, which I love. And the awesome Jai on the line has said, what if you got a sugar craving? How do you overcome sugar cravings, Adrian?
Okay, that's another real personal question. But firstly, it depends on if you're... Okay, can we go specific? I'll answer the question if it's more specific.
Yeah, Jai, if you can unpack that. Oh, actually, right while we're waiting for that to come through, I just want to give a quick shout out to the awesome Joe Bellissimo. Joe's one of our wonderful friends. He's got a webinar coming up at 7 p.m. after this on how to overcome self-doubt. So make sure you connect with Joe Bellissimo, who's a great guy. He's left a link in the comments. So Joe's a great guy. Jai, have you... back from Joe. Okay, while Joe's doing that, I've got a question from Matthew Cooper. How do you manage... Oh, this is my problem too. Matthew Cooper asks, how do you manage when you get hungry late at night?
Okay, what time is it, Mr. Matt?
Oh, Mr. Matt, we're getting very formal now, Adrian. No, that's okay. Look, I'm generally pretty good in terms of the protein and vegetables, but particularly now that I'm back running and riding pretty much every day, my appetite is skyrocketed. So I'm doing all the right things, but most nights about 9:30, quarter to 10, I do get the hunger pains kicking in. And it's a temptation of how do you manage that by still trying to do the right thing.
Okay. How many days are you actually training like that?
Every day.
Oh, every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So have your normal meals during the day, and then what time do you eat dinner?
About 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, cool. Just have a huge dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been loading up the veggies lately. That seems to be helping a little bit, but I've still got the hunger pains kicking in a little bit later on.
All right, sweet. I've got another one. So protein and veggies loaded up.
Yep.
And then make yourself a huge amount of sweet potato.
Yep.
Baked with like some good salt on it and maybe some olive oil in the oven. So delicious.
That sounds good.
Like heaps of it. And then that will fill you up because it's very high in fiber.
Yep.
And then you'll be sweet, man. Put some, you can get some really good quality cinnamon, because what that does is stabilizes your blood sugars as well.
Mm.
Yeah, you'll be sleep by 10 o'clock, man.
Beauty. Sounds good. I'll give it a crack. Thanks, mate.
Excellent. Do we have any, got some great thoughts? Any closing questions or thoughts for Adrian before we dive back into some networking? Any closing, like fitness, health, nutrition thoughts? Tracy Kitching, please. Feel free to unmute yourself, Tracy, and go for it. Yeah.
All right. Adrian, this is a common question that always comes up. Is what's one thing that everyone should be doing to start themselves on a healthy lifestyle? What's the one thing that you would recommend instead of everyone trying to do 10 bloody things all at once and then falling off the wagon because they can't sustain it? What's the one thing that you'd recommend just to get the healthy living started?
Well, you just kind of said it, like focus on one thing.
One thing, yeah.
Yeah, like for example, like it really depends on where you're at with your life. But if you can just, for example, you might not be having enough water. Like you might only have a couple of glasses a day. And believe me, there's people out there that do that. If you just increase your water to like a certain level, let's just say it's 1.5 to 2 liters. If you nail that every day and that's all you need to focus on, then you can build another habit into that, but only once you've made it stick. So then you'd move on to, okay, how can I make breakfast a little bit better? You know, maybe instead of having a croissant, I'm going to have a muffin. So think about the progress here. You're going from like a full white croissant with jam and whatever else is on it. And now you're going to go to like maybe a whole grain muffin. And then you might go to a bit more protein until finally you get to like, maybe you have an omelet or you have like a protein smoothie or something. So little steps that you can progress and you can visually, like you can actually see the wins. So you're like, oh, I feel so much more energy now because, you know, I've noticed that my brain, I don't get as much brain fog because I'm dehydrated, right? Lastly, I just have one last, I'll give you a general overview about sugar cravings. So if most people, one, have enough water and eat enough protein and veggies, that will almost eliminate the cravings. It's real. All your body is asking for is real food, real nutrients, vitamins and minerals. It's what it wants. That's what it craves. It's lacking a mineral or a vitamin in your diet, and that's why you want this other stuff. That's essentially what it's about. And like for example, Matt, you know, Matt is training a lot, so his body's going to require more energy, specifically from carbohydrates. And the best time to eat them is at the end of the day. I'll say that again. If you're training hard and you want to perform mentally during the day, backloading your carbohydrates at night is going to be so much better for you for the long term because you'll be able to stick with it. That's general. Unless you have, like, you know, certain health issues. But for a general, that's a good template.
And that's beautiful. And just as we wrap up the health section, Belle's quickly asking, about what about fruit? What's your views on fruit? Is that a good form of sugar? What's your take on eating fruit?
Okay. To be honest, we don't need a piece of fruit a day.
Yikes. Wow.
Yikes.
So
Yeah,
do you
we
want
don't.
Nestle, do you? No.
What's that? Yes, I do. No, but essentially, if we want to control our weight and things like that, at the end of the day, there's better fruit than others. But by all means, have it every day if you want to. Just control whatever else that you're having. So, like for example, there's bananas are more high in sugar and carbohydrates as opposed to blueberries, which are lower in sugar, bit more fiber, and a host of other things that help manage your blood sugars as well. So you just want more, you want to stabilize your blood sugars during the day. And the best way to do that is with slower burning energy, such as more fats, such as, you know, your avocados, maybe nuts, seeds, you know, animal fats if you're into lean meats and things like that. And you'll just be in a better mood too, because you won't have those dips like this. Yeah. Whereas if you're eating the carbs and things, they can release the serotonin, which makes you know, hey, at Christmas Day, you feel a bit tired, you've had a big meal, potatoes and things. Think about having that at night rather than during the day. So if you switch that, you'll feel heaps better.
Beautiful, beautiful. And just one last point on the health. Jose asks, what's a maximum limit of water a day? And Mark, who I agree with, says Mark doesn't like still water. He prefers sparkling water. What are your closing thoughts on that one? Awesome, Adrian?
Mate, I love sparkling water. So good. At the end of the day, just the best way to tell if you're drinking enough is by the color of your urine. So if it's like a slight tinge of yellow, you're really hydrated. The more yellow it is in color, the more dehydrated you are. So you want to go like a rough, like that tingy, just a light tinge, but not too bright.
Beautiful. So there you go. So I'm going to unmute all. Can we give Adrian a round of applause? There we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the LinkedIn section of the evening. We're all going to connect on LinkedIn. But before we do that, we've got time for 2 to 3 people to do 30-second pitches to the room. So if you haven't gone yet, especially if you haven't said anything yet, we've got room for 3 people to do an elevator pitch to the room. So if you haven't already, put up your hand and I'll pick you. Who wants to do a quick elevator pitch to the room? I'm looking. Put your hand up and keep it up. Clayton's doing squats. Hey, we've got Mark McPherson. Unmute yourself. Elevator pitch, Mark. Go for it, man.
I have a number of elevator pitches, and here's one. Tough conversations are easy. People have them all the time. Parents have them. colleagues have them at work, they're nothing. What I help you do, though, is I help you have a tough conversation so you get the best possible result for all concerned. That's what I do.
Oh, beautiful. Round of applause to Mark. Love it. Who else wants to do an elevator pitch? Just put up your hand and hold it up. Oh, we got Annie Pateman, and then I've got you, Anu. So, Annie, floor is yours.
Oh, thanks. I don't know if it's a pitch. I just want to share what I've been trying to do today. So I mentioned to you, Edward, yesterday or this morning, I'm trying to do my first web video, put a video up onto my LinkedIn account. And look, I've been doing Toastmasters for 11 years, so I'm used to speaking in front of people. But when it comes to the little white dot that you're supposed to look at, it's very daunting. So I did a couple today, and they're just not very good.
I got someone special I'm going to ask. I think Commander Celeste, who I've just unmuted, can answer that one. What do you think, Celeste?
Hello. Yeah, I understand that there's maybe a bit of overthinking going on in regards to what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Am I going to look funny? Are people going to like what I'm doing? Honestly, if you kind of have like one point you want to make, do like a 1 to 1.5 minute video and literally think of one person or your ideal audience that you're trying to reach and try and make it as if you're talking to them in a conversational kind of tone. So for me, I always, I know it sounds weird, but I always start my videos with my mouth slightly open in an open smile. So the thumbnail, not like that, Edward, like the thumbnail is me with a massive smile on my face, and I start with, hey, it's your girl Celeste. So even if you go, hi guys, it's Annie here, and have one thing that you want to get across, and at the end and say something like, I would love to hear your thoughts on this, hope you have an amazing day. Just having like one thing you want to do, because if you're trying to give too long a message, it's going to lose its punch.
Yeah, I'm finding I'm going up to 4 minutes, and I think that's way too long.
So if you cut that down, because that could be a series of videos for you, that might be 3 or 4 videos for you, and you're going to lose the impact of your message anyway, because people aren't going to want to go, oh, she said this and then she said this. If you have one strong message per video, then you're going to be able to have more impact with whoever you're trying to talk to.
Okay, I'll have a try of it again tomorrow.
And literally, just record it. Just record it. Stop it. I don't even watch some of them back.
Oh, don't you?
No. I don't edit it. I don't put anything. I just do it. I walk outside, and if I fumble and stuff, I re-record it. But if I spend too long on it, I won't do a video. So if I feel the need to say something and I want to do something, 1 point, 1 minute, just get it done. Put it
That's it. Okay.
And we've got, and thank you. We've got a reaction from, thank you, Celeste. We've got a reaction from Tim Beanland. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, so everything Celeste said was really fantastic, but I'd also like to add your first video will nowhere be near as good as your 100th video. But the reason and the way you get to that 100 video is by putting up that first video. I made a post recently, my first ever podcast episode. I borrowed the guy's camera. It was just overexposed in the background. I can pick apart 100 things to do with this first episode that I did. Fast forward 2 years later, I've now got 2 cameras. I've got different sets of lighting, and everything's improved because I've got to that, 2-year mark. So, but you're not going to get there unless you do that first crappy video. So get that first crappy video out of the way, because then it leads to the 100th really good video.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
It's all right.
Wonderful, wonderful, and big thank you. Now we just we got Anu on the list. Now, Jerry, did you put up your hand there, Jerry? Floor is yours, Jerry.
Yeah. Okay. I just commiserating with Annie. I'm just starting, with my videos online as well. But someone advised me of the post-it note strategy, where you put a post-it note stick it on the back of your phone, and just have four words on there, just as a guide, or on the back of your webcam, and you're public speaker, Annie. So you should have no trouble, following a little guide like that. So just a helpful tip that I come across.
Oh, fantastic and well done. Thank you. And Anu, are you there? Anu, you put up your hand before to do a 30-second pitch. Are you with us, Anu? Anu, you there, Anu? No, Anu must be making a cup of tea. So we might come back to Anu. Does anyone else want to do a quick pitch before we do the LinkedIn networking? Just raise your hand. Anyone? Is that Alice Pennington? Do I see there? I do. Alice, the floor is yours. Whoa.
Thank you very much. My name is Alice. I founded Palliant Design, which is a graphic design studio, about 13 years ago. And so adapting is pretty much exactly what I do with brands. Obviously, these circumstances are a bit different, but it just pushes us to those edges that we usually avoid. But it's exciting and scary all at once, which I find that's when you really get a brand to, well, shout louder and find the real core of the value of what you do sell. So I basically support my clients, and hopefully they come back good and strong, and build up relationships, because I'm very much all about becoming an extension of someone's team, really, because to understand a brand, you have to understand the person also selling that brand. The marketing managers, you have to understand how they think. And so by creating a relationship, you then automatically understand how they brief and really get to where they want their brand to go, and support them all the way. Because obviously the success of my clients is my success, because I'm helping them and they come back, hopefully. That's the plan. But yeah, challenging times, but the beauty of graphic design is it's transformable. And so having a good time and a challenging time all at once, but love a good challenge.
Oh, that's the spirit, Alice. We love your work. And before we go to the LinkedIn part, the awesome Dawn. I'm going to unmute you, Dawn. Dawn. Hang on a sec. It won't let me unmute you. So do you have a enable audio key? The system will not let me unmute you.
Am I working now?
Oh my God. And you've got an awesome UK accent. The floor is yours, Dawn.
Hi guys. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not very good on a computer. I can't work out how to get my camera working, so it's very bloody frustrating. But I'd just like to say hi to everybody. What I do in England is I teach young people about safe sex, drugs, and rock and roll, in a nutshell. Cyberbullying, knife crime, antisocial behaviour. And my colleague Graham is on here, I can see, sat there. Together we have set up a social enterprise, and we are on a mission to stamp out drink spiking. So we designed stuff to stop drink spiking. So we're trying to go global on that, but obviously no one's in the bloody pubs anymore. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Hi everyone. Just wanted to say hi.
So the coronavirus solved drink spiking for you, ironically.
It has actually, but yesterday, you know, there was a report come in the newspaper, and our Queen of England says that she takes all of her drinks, all of her alcohol, so do the rest of the royal family, around the world with them to stop anyone from trying to poison them. So that was quite interesting. So I'm going to try and carry on with our marketing, but obviously a bit difficult at this time.
But you're here and that matters. All right, friends. So thank you for that. We're up to, what we're going to do is we're going to spend a few minutes now. What we're going to do is we're going to do the LinkedIn section. So I've just muted everyone. So what we're going to do is don't go anywhere. We're going to finish up soon. But before we go, we're going to get a photo soon of everyone, which is awesome. But now is the time for you to add everyone on LinkedIn. So feel free, keep Zoom open. Don't close down Zoom. Open up LinkedIn with another tab. Now's this time to start friending each other. So you can write your name in the chat. But I'm going to spend probably, we'll spend about 3-4 minutes. I'll time it. Just add everyone on LinkedIn. So you sort of know what everyone does. now's the time to add everyone. So feel free to, again, type your name in the comments, and yeah, good. And just add everyone. You can use your phone, PC, just obviously keep the Zoom app open. And I'll give it 2 minutes. I'll just time it all. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, what we can do is we can just admire the background that I have while we're doing that. So just admire the background while you're all connecting with each other. The Emperor of the known universe. Yeah. So now connect with everyone. All hail the Emperor. Man, it's giving me a beard when I put it up. I actually grow a mean beard. I come from a Middle Eastern background. So keep adding, everyone. Cool. Yeah, keep adding, everyone. Another minute or two. And what I'm going to do, and we'll take a group photo shortly. Group photo shortly. I can use a print screen option. Yes. Yes, I can. I can use print screen. Another minute or two. Make sure you add everyone. Excellent. All right, you keep it coming, doing good. There's 28 of us on the line right now, so keep adding. And while you're all adding, I'll just, I love the sound of my own voice. I'll just keep talking to you. I just want to let you know a few things. I think you're very beautiful and attractive. I think you're awesome. If you've come to this Zoom, it means you're brilliant on every level and you're the greatest. And what it also means is that you love networking, you love winning big. So a few tips from Edward's ear. Connect with each other, book in phone calls, add each other on WhatsApp and stuff like that. Talk to each other, actually make business happen. So, yeah, are we all good? Do we need some more time? Are we all good? If you need more time, just say so. Good. Oh, yeah, another thing is if you're going to be a regular Zoom user, we highly recommend you upgrade to Zoom Premium. A professional costs like $20 a month. It's really good. Again, I'm not affiliated to Zoom. I'm just being honest with you. Please upgrade to Premium. Just see how many problems. So yeah, another 30 seconds. Yeah, so connect, do business, and make it all happen. Now, while I've got you all, just to let you know a few things as well. Our next Zoom, yeah, Jose, what's your last name there, Jose? Can you type your name? Oh, just so you know, if you haven't put your name in, like just type in your name here. So Jose, Graham, feel free to put in your last name. If you haven't put in your last name, it's Celeste Ansell. The awesome Celeste Ansell. Yeah, just put in your last name just so everyone can add you. Yeah, what's your last name, Jose? Type it in. That's good. Okay. Where's my friend Sanjeeth? Where are you hiding there, Sanjeeth? Sanjeeth, you handsome son of a gun, you. There you go. I love your glasses, Sanjeeth. You're looking good, man. Looking good. Yeah, we've got Jose Alvarez Perez from, was it Massachusetts? Massachusetts. Got quite a few clients in Massachusetts, actually. I've never actually been there, but all I can say is I love the United States of America. Cool. All right. So, hey, we got Satya. Where's Satya hiding? I love the name Satya. That's also the CEO of Microsoft, Satya. Absolute legend. Cool. So what I'd love to do now, if it's okay, my friends, keep adding everyone. What I want to do is I want to do the group photos. So if you're seeing this, can you please get in your best happiness pose, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. This is going to go everywhere. And I'm going to get 2 of them to get both frames. So frame number 1, everyone big smile, look happy. Okay, don't move, 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, that's image 1. Just saving that one because there's 2 screens of people, so I need to get 2 separate images. Don't move. Okay, got image 1. And keep adding each other. I'm just saving image 1 on my PC. So I think Microsoft is better than Apple. Let me know if you agree with that. And there's the second screen. So I get everyone. This is a second screen. No, Tracy disagrees. Okay, everyone. This is the second screen. Everyone go happy again. Super happy. That's the spirit. All right, so what I'm going to do is, so thank you for that. What I'm going to do, this is probably going to be a disaster. So just a few things in wrapping up our beautiful Zoom tonight. So yeah, please connect with everyone on LinkedIn. Just to let you know, next Thursday, I'm going to be uploading it now to our meetup group. Next Thursday, 6 p.m. Sydney time is our next Zoom. So I'm going to be setting up that now, meetup. Make sure you come to that. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone for coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to open it up to everyone. So everyone, thank you for coming. I'm going to hit unmute all now. And it's going to be a disaster. When I hit unmute now, everyone feel free to talk to each other. I just want to say thank you and you're awesome. I've just hit unmute. Destroy it, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone rock tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Thanks for having me. That was great.
Yeah. Bye.